Or yo, what's up, YouTube? I watched like two movies today. This morning I watched Aliens. Fantastic movie. Freaking loved it. Definitely better than the first one. It's so much more stuff to it. It was crazy, intense, and like the director did some very like genius stuff with this movie to put these characters in situations that feel real, even though it's far beyond real. You know, like it, like he actually there's actually logical reasons why these situations happened. Brilliantly done. Aliens is just a superior sequel in every way. Probably like the best sequel movie I've ever freaking seen. No joke. And let's see what else. The story for Aliens is about similar than the first one, but different. And they have to like. There's also this little girl that they found and they protect. But pretty much everyone dies again, and the one girl survives. Well, this one girl and another guy, like, and the little girl, they all survive. The same girl from the first movie that survived at the end. But it was a. But the horror element still got me. The aliens just. They're scary. And there's a whole new side to these aliens. And just like more of them keep coming. And then you see like this mother, the queen of aliens. Whoa. What a terrifying looking beast that is. Like, I don't know if it's the queen. I don't know if it. Because there's this like large tube or something connected to it that was like birthed the eggs or something. It spat out the eggs that the aliens like come from. But like, yeah, it was like the queen of aliens just sitting right there in like the area they were in. Holy crap. That was crazy. And it somehow ended the same way as the last movie. She like kicked the alien out into flipping space. She like sucked it out with like opened up the gates and stuff and just sucked right into space again. But again, still an incredible sequel. They just took things from Alien and just built upon it and made it better. James Cameron, genius director. Even the camera angles got me. Just still like the aliens are fucking terrifying things. They're creepy as heck. And it was still weird and gross, but I freaking loved it. I'm gonna give it like a 10 out of 10, bro. This is this is gotta be one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's like right there with Lord of the Rings. I I can't, bro. Like it's right there with Lord of the Rings and oh, The Hobbit. I mean, I know this is kind of controversial. People hate the Hobbit movies. Tolkien fans, I know y'all hate the Hobbit movies, or a majority of y'all just hardly dislike the Hobbit movies. But me, a huge Tolkien fan, I love the Hobbit movies. I read the book like twice. I mean, I still like Lord of the Rings better. Extended editions of Lord of the Rings, I watched those like last year. Incredible movies. I freaking love Lord of the Rings, but I also love the Hobbit movies. Like, about just as much. So, like, Aliens is like right there under the Hobbit. I I can't do. So my top, my top four movies, top five movies is Lord of the Rings trilogy, Hobbit trilogy, Aliens, Scarface, and Alien One. That's my top five movies. Alright, and then the other movie that I saw earlier today, after Aliens, like literally like right after Aliens, I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. So it was like the remake, not the new one that's on Netflix that everyone's trashing on, but like it's a 2003 version, and it was solid. It was solid. I liked how they did it. It was very well filmed. I'm not really a huge fan of the whole slasher thing. No, like Halloween Kills was just like a dumb, pretty dumb movie. Sorry about that. My mom interrupted. So I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003 remake, and I liked what they did. It was just like a group of teens on their way down to Dallas, Texas for like some concert, right? And they see this little girl on the road just walking. So they stop, pick the girl up, and she's like, "Hey, are you okay?" She's just like, "I want to go home. Take me home, please." And she's like, "He killed them all. Everyone's dead." And then she like, and now she like kills herself. And then the teens just, and then like the guys, people in the car, there was like, what, three dudes, two girls. So, right. So they pull over to a gas station to get some help to, like, for a phone and stuff to call the police. So they call the police, and all this stuff happens, right? They go in the back. There's like this house. They go into the house for some reason, whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, like, a girl and her boyfriend, they go into this house. I don't know, but I liked what they did with the movie because I actually cared about the teenagers. I actually cared about some of the characters. In all any of the slasher movies I've seen beforehand, I did not care anything about the characters. I did not care what happened to the characters. Right, and whenever the killer killed them, I was just like, finally. But in this one, I actually did care about the characters. But also, I was just like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Slasher killed him. Leatherface. He's the killer in this. But, like, then there was this, like, whole scheme thing. Like, because, like, when the girl dies, the girl shoots herself. Go to the gas station, there's this old lady in the gas, in, like, the building of the gas station. Right? She's, like, Leatherface's mother. Right? And they call over a sheriff. The sheriff is, like, the old lady's son. Right? And then there's two people in a camper. They're part of the family. This little kid that's part of the family. And then this Leatherface. So there's just like this whole like just like this like scripted group or something. Like they planned this out for some reason. Like they just knew that these kids were coming over or something. They just planned this out somehow. Because of that little girl who killed herself. Because they knew because they like knew who she was. Because they killed her family. So they kind of knew who she was and they suspected something weird and stuff. So they kind of just like built together this whole plan thing, which was pretty flippin' cool and very different than what I expected from a movie like this. It was crazy, man. It was so crazy. When things got intense, things got intense. And I really enjoyed that movie so much. But there were flaws. There was a bunch of stupid stuff. And there was just some cringe acting a little bit. And like some of the things just didn't make sense. And it was all pretty dumb and stuff. And the kills are pretty lame besides one of them. When he, like, the first victim, Leatherface kills, right? The dude's sitting there, hears a sound, gets distracted by the sound. He gets distracted by this sound, right? He looks in this room, there's a TV on, there's like an old cartoon on. It, like, takes place in like the 70s. So, like, there's this cartoon on. And Like, there's this cartoon on. And there's just sheep. And it was like sheep driving a car. Right? Leatherface comes in, whacks the guy in the back, and then blood splatters on the screen. And then the lamb, the cartoon lamb driving, like he's driving, and he's like, oh. As soon as the blood splatters, he's just like blood on the screen. That was a good kill there. But like most of the kills were like off screen. They were not done great. The rest of them. So, but it was brutal and it was slightly disturbing. But overall, it was a pretty interesting movie. I really liked it. I give that around like a 8 out of 10. Eh, yeah. So those are what I saw today. Oh, and this Big Nate show. It sucks. It's a disgrace to the books, man. Dude, I thought they would like copy the books or something. But like I don't know. It's been a while since I read the books. But I just know that it just doesn't feel like the same vibe the books had. I read the books growing up. Big Nate, it's like Diary of the Wimpy Kid and like Captain Underpants like together a bit. Mostly on the Diary of the Wimpy Kid side, but like a little more goofy, you know. It's like a dumber version of Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I mean, I like the books better than Diary of the Wimpy Kid books. Don't get me wrong, but this show just nah, bro. I mean, it's definitely better than Diary of the Wimpy Kid, the long haul movie, and the trash one on Disney Plus. But like, yeah, it's like that Captain Underpants show on Netflix after the Captain Underpants movie. It's kind of like that, but like dumber. I mean, I can see how it's entertaining for kids, but like, yeah, I give this show like a 4 out of 10. It's entertaining. There's some stuff, the memes that came from it before the show even released were pretty funny. You should look them up. It's called Nate, like Big Nate Sus memes. And just you grab clips from the trailers and like made very sus versions of them. But yeah, it's it's just not great. But I'm still gonna watch it. I'll give out a more in detail review about it after I finish the first season. That's currently out right now.